Good morning, students. Now we are discussing about the codes of ethics which has been followed in previous years. So, first one is Babylon's building code. It was established in 1758 BC, and this was set by the king of Babylon, which is Hammurabi. So, here he decided that if a person build a house and he is not able to do the work of that particular house in proper way, any reason that create any accident and the building will fall down and it create a death to the owner of that particular house, then the law says that the builder will be put to death. Okay, that is a one statement. Second thing is that if the accident occur and it creates a death to the owner's son, then the builder's son will be put to death. Okay, like that, if the death is happened to the owner's slave, then the builder's slave will be allowed to work under owner. So this is what we call it as Babylon's building code. It was established in 1758. Next thing is United States Steamboat Code. It was established in 1852 AD. So it was done by Alfred Guthrie, which is an engineer of Illinois, and he had inspected nearly 200 steamboats with his own expense, and he found that the boiler explosion happened in steamboats. He take a study on the boiler explosion of steamboats, and he prepared a report based on that boiler explosion. And this in the report he had mentioned about what are the things that must be done while designing a boiler so that the safety side of the boiler can be increased. And this thing is published in Senator Shield of Illinois, and later it was established as a law. And this law has to be taken care as a standard for the manufacturing of the steamboats. Now we are going to take two case studies. One is the Challenger case study, and next one is the Bhopal gas tragedy, which is also taken as a case study. So now we'll look into the Challenger case study. So Challenger case study is something connected with a explosion or accident happened to the space shuttle Challenger, and it was done. It was happened in NASA, USA, and it has put forward many media coverage and several government reports and several transcripts of hearing, and it has found that under the accident of Challenger, there are some ethical issues which was faced by the engineers. Okay, so this was the condition of Challenger, and these are the questions that put forward by the people who inspected the Challenger, and uh, they had come to a first question that what is the role of an engineer when we have some errors in safety issues. Second thing is that who is the ultimate authority that takes the decision to launch the space shuttle. And third thing is that if the space shuttle is having any issues, it has been mounted by the engineer, even if to get the credit, whether the managerial decision has been taken to launch the space shuttle. Okay, so these are the three questions arise as a result of the accident behind Challenger. So according to the history, it was happened in 1986, 28 January, and the main accident was the failure of the solid boosters, and it has been mentioned or it has been analyzed that for the design of the space shuttle, there are some parts that need a careful design or or a safety side has to be taken care in order to improve the condition without any accident. And here the explosion has been identified that there is a failure in field joints where the individual cylinders are kept together. So this is a case of accident, or the analysis happened. So main parts present in the space shuttle was it has an orbiter, and it has two solid propellant boosters and a single liquid propeller booster. And this single liquid propeller booster is designed to be used again. And it has been designed in such a way that we have to enable the booster one at a time. This was a major error concerned by behind the Challenger space shuttle. So it identified that all the boosters has been ignited simultaneously, and the orbiter high pressure. The orbiter has been lifted to Earth in a very high speed, and it created a cold temperature, and it results in erosion. So there are some incidents where this Challenger launch has been delayed, and it has been delayed by the President Reagan, was the current president of United States of America, and he had appointed a committee which is called as Rogers Committee. It contains many well-known scientists and engineers, and they had come to a conclusion that due to the lack of responsibility, morality, and due to the lack of functions that should be taken care by the engineers, is not been happened while we are designing the space shuttle. So this was the main cause of Challenger disaster. So this question will be also asked for your university. And these are the inference that based on the inquiry, which is moral, conceptual, and factual. Moral inquiry is defined as there is no proper escape mechanism, so all the astronauts were in trouble, and the astronauts or the crew were not given the proper guidance how to release the field joints between the joint that connect between the cylinders. And this has been came to attention by the engineers that it will lead to some disaster, but the management has taken some over overruled the decisions taken by the engineers. Conceptual issues, according to that, NASA defined this probability as 1 in 1 lakh, and this danger has some 700 criticality items, which is one of the criticality item was the field joint, and the failure will leads to some other more damage of the components present in the space shuttle and lead to a bigger accident. Factual issues which was discovered that actually the field joint has been taken off during the early stage of the flight, and it was under a issue created by the it was being noticed by the engineers, but the management has decided to uh, go with the launch, and it lead to a big tragedy or big disaster. So that is all about the Challenger case study. Now we'll discuss about the Bhopal case study. So here in Bhopal, it was a industrial disaster happened in 1984 due to the leakage of a pesticide production plant, which is known as Union Carbide India. They had released the ammonium plant of the Bhopal of this Union Carbide India has been exploded at night, and it has led to many death, which is considered as a national tragedy. due to this industrial lack of industrial safety. And it has been identified that due to the rubbishness taken by the management of Union Carbide and maintaining the proper devices present that will transfer the gas from one end to another end, a block has been created and results to disaster. So backflow of water, the main cause is that the backflow of water which has been released to the MIC tank. MIC tank is ammonia tank, and it created some chemical reaction inside this MIC tank, and due to this chemical reaction, the pressure of the tank has been uh, increased to a very high level, which cannot be controlled by the valve that holds or stop the release of gas, and it create an explosion in the valve, and this ammonium has been released to air. And according to the death count, nearly 3787 death has been occurred due to this Bhopal tragedy. Mostly the people were in a sleeping stage, so it is very difficult to uh, take care of the unexpected situation. And around 8,000 of the survivors died within 2 weeks because of this respiration of this ammonia gas. Okay, so that is all about Opal gas. So we had completed our third module. Thank you.